Stefano, I'm really excited because you have thought about some really healthy mid-morning, midday snacks for me for the space station. And I'm used to think, a lot of people I think are like me, you kind of tend to think that a snack, you buy it, right? Ready-made, you buy it at the vending machine, sometimes they're not so healthy. But you have actually taught me how to do those in a home kitchen, right?
Yes. In an easy way.
Okay. And here we have all the ingredients,
Sure.
so maybe we can talk a little bit about them.
Mm-hmm.
I think the basis to supply energy, you have chosen some puffed cereals.
Of course.
I understand that is some puffed millet and some puffed spelt.
Yes.
And we know, of course, all of those are whole grain cereals, just like these oat flakes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really important, especially for a snack that needs to give you energy for a long time, that we don't use refined cereals, but whole grain ones. And some barley flakes. Sweetness.
Sweetness.
We do want it to be a little bit sweet, but we do not want to add refined sugar, right?
Yes. We decided to add fruit sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So we use just one banana
Okay.
and one apple. We cut it and we will cook for 5 minutes just to
Soften it a little bit. Okay. So one banana and one apple for about 200 grams of mixed
perfect.
cereals. Okay.
Otherwise, if you need to add more sweetness, you can add honey or apple juice.
Okay. So
Okay.
here we have some apple juice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a little bit of water.
Okay. So
Okay.
small glass.
Yes. And we cook it for 5-10 minutes, just to make the fruit soft.
Okay, great. Stefano, I see that you choose to keep the skin, and then I know, of course, that adds a lot of fibers, and so that's a really good thing, especially if the fruit is organic, right?
That's right.
Okay, then while our fruit cooks just a little bit, we can add some more ingredients. We have here the seeds, which are a really good source of healthy fat,
Yes.
so energy, but also of minerals. And I actually use them a lot, just as simple snacks like that. When I need energy, they're a really good choice, I think.
And then we have Goji.
Goji
Berries.
which you taught me are one of the most powerful antioxidants
Yeah.
that we have. And then, of course, if we wanted, we could add for more sweetness even some dates, cut them up and add them, or some raisins. And then I really liked that you added some chocolate.
For your happiness.
Yes. And you know that chocolate contains substances that actually help in keeping a good mood, which is really important when you're away from home like we are on the space station. But of course it's really important to have the high concentration of cacao powder, so at least 75% or more, so that it doesn't contain a lot of sugar. And then we have one last really fancy ingredient, which is the spirulina. And maybe not so many people are familiar with it. It's an algae. It's a very powerful food. It contains a lot of highly digestible protein, lots of minerals, and you also mentioned that it helps in controlling the acidity of the body, which is somewhat of a problem with our typical lifestyle. So the interesting thing about spirulina is that because of its properties, it's seriously considered as a candidate for life support systems for deep exploration missions in which you are far away from home and you have to grow your own food. And that's, for example, the case of the European Space Agency project, which is called Melissa. So as soon as our fruit is ready, it's soft enough, we add it to the rest of the components, and then we mix long enough that it's a nice and uniform product. If we want to add some sweetness, why not? We can add some more honey or some more of our apple juice, or I think it's a really nice touch, some cinnamon, which is, by the way, very much used in the area where I come from. And once we've done that, we take an aluminum foil. We just spread it nicely. We try to get an even thickness of about 1.5 centimeters. Okay. And then we can use another foil. We can put it on top. We press nicely so that it's nice and even. If we use then the lower foil and fold the sides, we can try to get a somewhat rectangular shape. And then we just have to put it in the oven, 150 degrees for 8 minutes. Okay, 7-8 minutes have passed. Our snack bar should be ready. Time to take it out of the oven. Okay, looks really nicely. And then you told me now we have to wait about 10 minutes so that it cools down, becomes firm and nice and crunchy. But before we let it get firm, we want to cut it so that we have our nice single portion bars ready for us. So we have to wait 10 minutes, huh? Actually, I'm really hungry and I'm curious. How about instead we try one of the bars that you prepared for me for the space station?
Okay, so.
All right, you get half, I get half. It's really good. Looking forward to this. Thank you.